in the traditional sense, SEO is dead. And we know this because we do SEO for a lot of clients. But there's something that is involving SEO that works even better that we focus on now, and it is absolutely changing the game for a lot of our clients, right? So we had a client, he's now retired. It's actually an amazing story. He's another one of our clients. He's actually the first client I ever had that we helped him sell his law firm. We've had several clients. Patrick Slaughter just sold his law firm, right? But we had another client. His name is Todd. He was a DUI attorney in Orange County, California. And he hired us to get him on the first page of Google because he understood that when you have a asset on the first page of Google that actually makes the phone ring, that is an asset that is worth money. It is worth real money, just like the real estate of the building that you're sitting in right now, right? And having a website that ranked on the first page of Google for Todd added almost $1 million to the sale of his law firm, right? So unmute yourself and say $1 million if you want to add $1 million in your web to your law firm just from this tip I'm going to give you.
$1 million.
All right, so Todd ranked on the first page of Google. He ranked in the Google Maps, and he ranked organically, which is below the Google Maps, right? And he was number one for every DUI term you could dream of: DUI attorney, DUI lawyer, Orange County DUI lawyer, any DUI attorney term that you could think of. He was number one both organically and in the maps, and he was getting about 50 calls per week, right? So, and these were qualified leads, so he was making a lot of money. Now, he's in Orange County, California, which is extremely competitive, and he had a competitor who is not so nice call and report his Google business profile listing, which back then was called Google My Business. They called and they reported his listing as fraudulent, right? So what happened was Google suspended his listing. He was still number one organically, but they took him out of the maps. And what happened? The second that they took him out of the maps, that his listing got suspended, his phone calls completely dried up. Like, I mean, it was like somebody just flipped a light switch. It was insane. He went from 50 qualified calls per week to nada, nothing, zilch. And it took us about 2 weeks of calling Google and no, it's a real office, like sending him pictures and doing video, like FaceTimes with him and everything. And we finally got them to reinstate his profile. And as soon as they reinstated his profile, he went right back to number one, and the phone calls turned back on like nothing had ever happened. Right back to 50 calls a week, right? So what that taught us is that ranking organically in the SEO, ranking organically is not that valuable anymore. However, the maps are very, very much alive, and Google Maps, the 3-pack, that is where the phone calls come from.